Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey, thanks for joining us on what is already great looking in pictures and what's going to be even better looking in the video. And I ain't talking about big. I am talking about this 2000 Porsche 911 Cabriolet. We're going to look at some of the great features on this car and some of the options that came from the factory as well. This is not just a base car. I hope you like the rims as much as I do. I think they just make this car a whole nother level, because now the 911 is a great looking car to begin with, but you throw in just a little touch here and there and you get what has become a personal and individual car, and one you're probably not going to see passing you on the road ever again. All right, so let's look at this. It's original black car, of course, and I like to show this because this is actually factory black paint, and it is really, really good. I mean, look how clear that is. Most factory paint jobs are not as legible as that, okay? As we walk around and we look at stuff like this, so for instance, like we got the cross-drilled and slotted rotors in here. The calipers are so big that we had to put 19-inch wheels on here just to get them to fit. Actually, it would fit with 18s, but the 19s make it look even better. This polished lip looks really nice, these rivets. It's just a nice little touch on the car. And look at how nicely, if you could, Justin, come around this way, if you would, just see how it fits in here. See, the offset of the wheel is right. It doesn't stick out too far. The tires aren't too big. It looks just the way it's supposed to be, but it's given some depth too with the polished lip that's on there. Okay, so this right here is some safety stuff built in. These are roll bars that would pop up if the car started to tilt, okay? And you want that because when they pop up, if something was to happen, you have this and this to protect the occupants inside the car. This is nice too because it's a high-speed car. This is the hard part of the convertible top, okay? And it sits right here and it gets rid of all the buffeting sound because it's high speed that you might get in a regular soft top. Plus, when it's down, it doesn't flap around and it doesn't have to have a boot on it, it doesn't have to have a tonneau cover and those kinds of things. It's like self tonneau cover, all right? We come around the back of the car. If you want to, I have these Carerra emblems in a couple different colors. I have them in silver, which on this car might look really nice with the wheel that's on there, and a couple little silver pieces of trim inside the car. It might look just primo. I also have one in carbon fiber, which is just a little more subtle, or we could leave it just the way as it is, the way it came from the factory. Up to you. I just like to do little tiny stuff once in a while. They're inexpensive. I'll give it to you. Just let me know which one you want and I'll put it on the car for you, okay? All right, one other thing I wanted to talk about is this right here. Most people don't know this, but this spoiler rises. Depending on the year of the car that you buy on a 911, either rises in the 30-mile-an-hour range or the 70-mile-an-hour range. Keeps the car flat on the ground. It adds a little pressure back here, because if you just take a quick peek look underneath, right here, look how flat it is. So we're keeping the turbulence down to a minimum by keeping everything from hanging down. It's nice and flat, and then the spoiler pushes the rear end down even more. The dual exhausts sound great, which you're going to hear in just a minute anyway, and we'll go on from there. All right, let's check out some real-world living with this car and here and see the functionality and how this car might work for you in your life. Okay, so check this out. You got a little bit of storage in here. Now this right here is a windscreen. You don't have to keep that in there, okay? It doubles up the storage capacity, and I normally clip these behind the rear seat anyway, and that way it's there if you want to. It's in place, and all you do is flip it up, and it cuts down on more than 50% of all the wind that you might see in the car. A couple things that you might not be familiar with looking at. For instance, like this sticker right here. All right, so here we have a pretty important piece, and if you're not familiar with it, I'll tell you what it is. This is the build list of the car. So this decal would have gone on the assembly line. These are the options that would have been put on there. You can't buy that decal again. If this car had been in an accident and they had to replace the hood or something like that, that decal would no longer be there. It's a good indicator of the kind of car that you're getting, all right? It's got the toolkit in it. This has the original CD changer in it, which is cool. Keep in mind, this car is, approaching 13, 14 years old, and to have some of these modern things today is really very nice. It's a car that you can use every day. You could take it to the track on a Sunday, drive it home, and get on the cell phone on the way home from the track as well. That's what these cars were built for. That's why people love them so much. All right, so this is foreign to a lot of people, because the problem with the 911 is people open the engines back here and they go, well, how do I service this? The cool thing about it is everything is accessible from underneath the car. The spark plug wires, all the nuts and bolts, oil filters, like everything is down there. To fill the oil is here, to check the oil is here, and we got some hydraulic fluid there and brake fluid here. It's actually just very simple, those kinds of things right there. But everything else is serviced from underneath, and it's super easy to get to. All right? All right, I love the gray interior with this car. It just adds a little bit of airiness to it, you know? It's just a little brighter inside, a little fresher looking. 6-speed transmission, climate control right here, okay? The digital sound system has an original cassette player. I don't know if you got any cassettes at home, but this is a pretty cool piece to have. It goes in here and then you get the CD changer up front. We can also change that for you if you'd like. We can upgrade that to a modern sound system that'll stream Bluetooth, your iPod, satellite, all the other accoutrements that you'd like. Okay, 180 mile-an-hour speedometer, 7,500 RPM tach with a 7,000 RPM Redline. I mean, that's a pretty impressive Redline. So you got it right here, and it's very easy to see everything. The tach is right there in front of your face, and then they throw in this race car stuff. Like I said, the tach, the 6-speed shifter, everything is kind of built around you so that you can be on the track and feel comfortable, right? And then, of course, they throw in the luxury features like, you know, power reclining seats and power windows and leather and climate control and what have you. And then it's a whole nother car as well. So that's kind of cool. You can go to the track, get all sweaty, and drive home in the air conditioning and cool down. That's pretty cool. But one of these things that they do is make an awesome, awesome sound. I'm gonna go ahead and fire it up so you can hear what it sounds like, okay? One thing I like is so quick and easy it is to go from convertible form or coupe form with just a push of a button. You don't have to get out and unlatch anything. You don't have to put a tonneau cover on. You don't have to do anything. You can actually hold the button down and it's got to work. I got to put the top up. The windows go up so easy. Look at that, and you're ready to go. Well, let's say you just got out of work. What a day. I need the top down, man. I don't feel like getting out and doing all that stuff. The great thing is you don't have to in this car. It unlashes itself from the front. The tonneau cover comes up, it folds itself back down there. The tonneau cover comes on, the dash light shows you that it's in process. As soon as the dash light goes out, you're done. How nice and easy is that? Later. All right, we're talking about a super low mileage car to begin with. We're talking about a black car with a gorgeous gray interior, right? The upgraded wheels, 300 horsepower, a 6-speed, all the accoutrements that you could expect in a luxury car, but a performance sports car as well. This is just great looking. It's a no-brainer, especially at the price. It gets you a Porsche 911 Cabriolet at 1/3 or 1/4 the price of a loaded up new one today. So anyway, call us 301-816-1000. We'll tell you all about this 2000 911 Cabriolet.